You heard it from a fan right here. Pack is back.
What do you say? It's Go Pack, go all day. Back again with another video, and this time you got the Green Bay Packers taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers in Pittsburgh. The Packers win 35-25. And this was not just an ordinary game. This was Aaron Rodgers against Jordan Love, the apprentice against the mentor. And so, key takeaways of this game: the return of Christian Watson and the return of Devontae Wyatt. So those two players right there not only makes the offense better, but makes the defense better. Christian Watson caught the ball for 85 yards. He had key catches in this game that helped elevate this team. Now, for the first half of the game, the Packers were playing very conservative football. They were throwing the ball more horizontal than vertical. McManus missed 2 field goals, and a lot of people were like, what happened to Haversick? Haversick was doing phenomenal, but I guess, you got to have the guy who's getting paid the big bucks play these football games. But yeah, you got Aaron Rodgers taking on his former team in the Green Bay Packers for the first time ever. That was exciting. This was prime football. This was an exciting game. The first half, not that much excitement was going on, but things happened later on. So the Packers missed 2 key field goals in this game.
Oh no! Oh no! No!
And at this point at the half, it was like 16-7. First half was not that good, okay? The first half could have been way better. If they played what was working and continued to do that kind of thing, they could have put up way more numbers offensively. The Packers' defense did phenomenal. The special teams did great for the Packers in terms of stopping the other team when it comes to the kickoff returns. But I do love Bo Melton and Savion Williams on the kick returns. The kick return team in Savion Williams and Bo Melton looked great. So Jordan Love in this game, he had a total of 360 passing yards, which included 3 touchdowns. They limited Aaron Rodgers to 219 passing yards and 2 touchdowns. But also, Jordan Love threw 20 consecutive catches at one point of this game, which was considered a record of some sort, I guess. And then you have the Packers defense, okay? Micah Parsons is phenomenal because there's so much pressure going on with Micah Parsons that elevates Rashawn Gary's game. Rashawn Gary had a total of 2 sacks. Micah Parsons with the sack. So he had a total of 3 sacks with these two guys. Devontae Wyatt is back. I'm not sure if he's quite 100%. Josh Jacobs, I don't think he was quite 100%. I think he might be injured potentially, but Emmanuel Wilson did phenomenal. Tucker Kraft on tight ends day catches the football 7 times for 143 yards and 2 touchdowns. That's what's up. He was probably the top player of this game right here, catching that ball that amount of times. But also you have a huge part of the game was where Edgerrin Cooper just snuck out there and ripped the ball out of the hands of the running back of the Steelers, and Javon Bullard recovers that football. That is teamwork right there. That is what we like to see for this defense moving forward. Create the turnover and get that football. Create more opportunities for the offense, but also prevent the other team from scoring. Also noteworthy, Matthew Golden, Romeo Doubs, Malik Heath all had key catches in this football game. I know their stats weren't as high as Tucker Kraft or Watson, but their stats were pretty good. They had key catches in this football game to keep the chains moving. Carrington Valentine, phenomenal. He helped limit the amount of yards for DK Metcalf in this football game. Emmanuel Wilson absolutely crushed it, running that football for an average of 5.5 yards per carry. I think he had like 61 yards rushing. That's pretty good right there. The offsides non-penalty. A lot of people are talking about this offsides non-penalty, but if you really look at it closely, it looked like the offensive line of the Steelers actually moved before this actually happened. There should have been some sort of flag, but it was kind of weird how Aaron Rodgers, he held his hands up like, what's going on, guys? How come there's no penalty for the offsides? And the referees kind of gathered up and said there's no penalty. That was very weird. There should have been some sort of penalty either on one side or the other side in that moment of the game, in my honest opinion. But this was a very exciting game. I'm very happy that I got today off in order to stay up that late to watch my team win that football game in Pittsburgh. I do like how the Packers made the adjustments. They were very conservative in the first half, and they really pulled it together in the second half of this game. Now, looking forward, the Green Bay Packers go up against the Carolina Panthers in Lambeau. Is Bryce Young going to play? Can the Packers stop Dowdle, the running back of the Carolina Panthers? We're going to see really soon. And can the Packers offense play like they did on this second half, this fourth quarter right here? The Packers offense has so many weapons, okay? You got Christian Watson, Tucker Kraft, Josh Jacobs if he's healthy, Emmanuel Wilson. You got all these key wide receivers that can catch the ball to move the chains. And I think they just go vertical with it, throw that long pass to your fast guys. I would love to see Golden get more involved. Throw him a vertical pass of some sort, but maybe he's just trying to get his feet wet before they really put a lot more trust in him. But overall, Packers looking good. They're on the top of the division where they should be. If they can go here and beat the Panthers, that's good. I like what I'm seeing so far. This team, they're saying they might be Super Bowl caliber, but we'll see. The Lions are a tough team, but that's going to be the really, really tough test. Can the Packers beat the Lions in Detroit on Thanksgiving Day? But on that note, hit that like, comment, and subscribe buttons, and go Pack Go all day.